Alright, welcome back to More Than Peachy's Gaming. I'm your host, Mune, and today I kind of want to talk about what has been going on with uh, the channel. A lot of things are coming down the pipeline. Um, as you may remember, I did play a little bit of Genshin Impact on stream. Um, and those videos I took down personally because I didn't really want the UID to be really seen a whole lot. Because again, security for Genshin Impact is not the greatest. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, there are plenty of videos out there that you can go see from other YouTubers that really know about the situation. But it also makes me less likely to actually invest in the game because of the potential uh, accounts being taken by other people. I'm still free to play. I haven't put any money in this game, but at the same time, just like I'd rather take the extra steps to try to like keep my account safe. So that's why I'm also not going through like the login process or even hitting like start the game. And I'm going to try to refrain from opening up the Paimon menu because the UID is still there. So that's another thing that should probably be changed. I think MiHoYo really needs to take a few more steps, maybe removing the UID from the bottom right corner of the screen when you play, as well as getting it rid of out of the way in the Paimon menu. Maybe putting somewhere under like settings or account settings would be great. So that's one thing I would highly suggest. Um, so just a few things there. The game is going good. Not gonna lie. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. If you have not played this game, I definitely recommend it if you have time to kill. All right, and I know some people are like, well, it takes too long to play. It's a pay to win, and well, it might very well be pay to win, but it's still enjoyable even uh, as a single player experience. So that is one positive note about the game is that you can enjoy the game as a free to play player. You can still get stuff. There is in game events. There's story to do up to a certain point, obviously. I've already cleared all the story, but I've been also participating in all of the events, like the Marvelous Merchandise, as you can kind of see in the top left part of the screen. And we've also got the Cube event, the I cannot talk. Hypostatic Symphony, um, which is just fighting, hypostasis, uh, which turned out to be kind of challenging, even for those who have put money into the game. It is a very challenging event. However, I feel like there's also a few too many choices for what it is. But the game also does have dailies, and it does keep you busy. It is quite fun, and it is free to play. But it's also a gacha game, so it's gacha for higher level weapons as well as characters. Um, in the initial game, you start with your main character, which is known as the Traveler, and whatever you name it. And you also get access to Amber, Kaya, Lisa. Um, and I think you might also get access to Barbara. I don't know if that's like an event only thing or if it's just a default thing now. And then you can also get Xialing from the Spiral Abyss, which is in the bottom right corner, uh, as long as you clear floor 3, if I remember correctly. And you can get there by using a weird teleport thing down here. So that'll also get you over there. Um, so pretty good roster, but then there are others that want more. The desire is get all the characters. It's kind of like the Pokemon mentality. So, which is got to get them all, got to max them all, got to use them all. And I have 5 stars that I don't even use. That's just how it works. Because I got them way late in the game to the point where I'm just like, I don't use these characters. So I'm missing quite a few characters. I'm still missing 4 stars, you know, which characters come in varieties of 4 stars and 5 stars. Um, but yeah, I don't even have Chongyun, and that's kind of funny because he's a 4 star and I just don't have him. I might get him in the upcoming update. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Um, but he's not the only 4 star I'm missing. So uh, that being said, it's a fun game. Uh, Moving on to other games I've been playing on the channel that I do want to bring up. Um, I have been playing Chrono Trigger Randomizer. Uh, I have failed all my attempts on stream. I got a little bit fed up the last time, and I was just like, heck it. I'm just going to go ahead and just play it off screen and see what happens. That playthrough was immensely successful up until the actual final boss. Go figure. I think my characters were level like 48 or 49. And I went in and I got all the way to the final form of the final boss. And I got wrecked. So, luckily I saved right before it. And I went through and I just leveled up like once or twice. And then I went back in and I beat it. I was really surprised. So it wasn't horrible because I knew it was going to be kind of close. I didn't know how much grinding I would have to do, but it was pretty simple after that. I will be doing another stream for the randomizer eventually. I just don't know how soon it'll be. After you play it so many times trying to mess with it, it is kind of good. Yeah, and I'm using the Nightmare version of the randomizer. I'm not using any of the other ones because you screw around with the game too much, you really have no idea what you're doing. And that's just how it is. And I've tried the other versions and I was just like, oh, I get these characters. This is weird. And then things don't make sense and I didn't know where to go. So that's just kind of how it goes. The randomizer is quite enjoyable. I don't know why I closed that. I need to go somewhere. But again, the randomization just kind of threw me off every game, and I had to relearn boss strategies. So that's one of the big things that bugs me like crazy. So the randomizer will come back. I just don't know how soon it'll be. So, few other things. I got some new technology. I like to call it technology, but it's really just simple things. I snagged up a what do you call it? An AV to HDMI converter, and an HDMI to USB converter. And I had an extra, HDMI cable just kind of laying around, and I was testing it out on the streaming app on PC, which is OBS, and I managed to get it to work. I was really surprised. So that means I'm going to be able to finally stream stuff from older consoles that take AV and possibly HDMI. I'm not really too worried about it because like PS4 already has built-in streaming capability, so it will not be used on the PS4 or any other system that already has it built in. But it will be used for things like the Wii or PlayStation 3, assuming that I can figure out which one is better to use for the connection for the PS3. I'm not sure if I can just use straight HDMI, but if I have to do the composite, that's fine. Which all the composite is the AV, and which I have the converter now. Hurrah! But yeah, the technology was really lucky. I found it the other day for relatively cheap, so I was super stoked when I got it. It ended up costing me like $10, if that. So that's an added bonus, as I would put it. I'm not sure what games I want to stream on those platforms yet, because the Wii's got a big library. Okay, why are some of these spawned and others not? Okay, this is weird. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill here for a minute. Maybe I'm just a little bit too early. But uh, if you have an idea of what kind of Wii games that you'd like to see a little bit, I'm open to suggestions. I know that there are some Wii games I do want to play, but uh, I don't know how soon that those will ever go up, because some of them require like local multiplayer, which, guess what? We're under a pandemic still. So getting people together to play a game is ridiculous. Um, but I've been prepping for this moment basically for the last year, getting myself more Wiimotes, you know, steering wheels in case I want to play Mario Kart, as well as Nest controllers, and I also have a couple Pro controllers. So the options are pretty open for that console. PlayStation 3, I got a few classic games I'd like to play. I just don't know how soon I'm going to get around to it. Again, I want to try them out first, just to see if I can actually get them to even stream at all. Because I know I kind of want to play some Final Fantasy, but I don't know if that's going to be a thing yet. Because I think I have Final Fantasy 1, 2, uh, 5, 6. I've already done 7. I have 8, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of 8. I also have 9 and Tactics available on there. Um, and I don't think I'm going to do any streams for 10, mainly because I feel like that's incredibly boring. Just my opinion. If you want to see somebody play 10, find another YouTuber. I'm just going to point that out right now. Uh, but there are plenty of things that I can bring in. I'm trying to think of what else I have on the PlayStation 3. Man, it's been ages since I've opened that up. I mean, I could always do games like Kingdom Hearts, but yeah, I've already played Kingdom Hearts. Trying to think how many times. Like the first one, I've played at least 7 times. So yeah, I don't know if I can have it in me to do it in an 8th time. But definitely a lot of choices with that one. Um, Moving on to other things, other possible things to stream. I know I've been doing some card playing stuff, in particular the Final Fantasy card game openings and so forth. I've been kind of waiting on uploading anything too quickly. I do have a couple of videos of me opening up some stuff that I just have not gotten around to it. And I mean, I opened the stuff like almost right away when it came out. And it's just been sitting there, you know, ready to go on my PC, and I just haven't done anything with it. Mainly because time has been a factor, especially with work and commuting. I commute almost an hour one way to work each day that I work, so that is a major factor. Because by the time I get back, I'm just not in the mood to really do much of streaming or the like. So that is one of the big downfalls of being a streamer, is you have to be time invested in doing what what you do. And that's why I don't upload too often. Is I get discouraged, I get distracted. I just don't get around to streaming very often, mainly because I have other things going on. But yeah, I want to make sure that I get a few of them up. Final Fantasy has it's still a good game. My videos have slowed down because otherwise I would probably have a few more here and there. Uh, but the new Opus is coming out in March, so it's still a little ways away. I know there's a 2-player starter deck I think coming out next month, which I will snag. No lies about that. I will snag that. And then I believe we are also getting a God, what was it? Boss fight deck or decks. I don't know if it's one deck or two decks. And I think that's also releasing in March. So I'm looking forward to that because I'm a big advocator and early adopter of the boss fight decks and challenges, I guess. Because right now I'm sitting with like 2 boss fight decks ready to go, and I've used them, and I've built one and deconstructed it after I played it a few times. I try to go for thematic rather than try to how to be like overpowered. That was my very first one, and then I found out that apparently wind in boss fight is super good. So especially with you able to have all of the backups. However, Opus 12, or not 12, Opus 13, the next Opus, is definitely introducing cards to kind of screw around with that deck, so which is nice. I like the extra level of challenge. I think the boss in that deck is, oh man, I have to really think about it. I think it's Sin, which really just eliminates players. So they just lose, which is fun, I guess. The extra layer is just hilarious. But I do have another one I believe is Water, and its boss is Shadow Lord. So it's pretty nifty. I'll showcase them another time just to kind of show you kind of how it works. But the boss fight mechanics are really nice. I'm going to actually move my character on screen because I was waiting for artifacts to respawn. Mind you, these artifacts in Genshin Impact, they take about 24 hours to respawn, so yeah, I don't see it yet. Okay, so let's see, what else was there? Oh, I will not be doing any more videos for Y Shorts. So I know some people have originally came to my channel for Y Shorts. That game I have decided to no longer showcase, as well as I am no longer collecting that game. Mainly because when I played it, I could not find a soul to freaking play it with. Okay, I tried starting it up for several years, gaining interest. It just didn't happen. And since then, I have gotten rid of most of my collection. I'm still working on getting rid of the last bits. I think I have like maybe 2 starter decks, I think. Now that I think about it, I think I should get up and look because it's hard to tell. Yes, I have 2 starter decks. And I also have 1 sign card. I would love to get rid of these cards. But 1 trial deck is open, which is Batman Ninja. The other one is sealed. It is, I believe, Nisei Monogatari. And my sign card is a Fenric from the Disgaea set. So I'm still kind of just resting on those, trying to get rid of them. It's going to take a little while. And I know some of my viewers may be interested in them. Just hit me up and I'm willing to sell them / trade them, I guess. I don't know. I'm looking for Final Fantasy cards, so it's just me. But yeah. Let's see. I think that's about everything. I don't think I have anything else to really report on the channel. It has been kind of a wild and crazy roller coaster of a ride. I have started using PC to actually play games. So you may have noticed when I actually streamed Shadowverse Once Upon a Time. I don't know if I'm ever going to get a chance to actually stream that again. Just a heads up. Um, just not going to happen. And then I also have the other channel for the Final Fantasy Record Keeper, which I seldom upload for or stream because there's hardly anything to actually make noteworthy announcements about or show off or explain because that game that game goes slow. It's mostly you log in, you do your dailies, you log off. That's how that game is. Uh, and then that's different than like Genshin, where you log in, you do your dailies, but then you also have other things that you need to do or want to do, like you try to farm for certain things. Whereas Record Keeper just doesn't really have the farmable stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can go through all the content and get more of the currency, but that's really not farming. It's just going through progression wise, and that's not very interesting in that game. Um, so that was the gist of it. Yeah, if you have any questions or shout outs, go ahead and comment on this. But aside from that, you know, right now Genshin's been eating up my life. Oh yeah, there was one other game that I did stream on here, which was RPG Maker. I will eventually get back to it. I'm so sorry. Once Genshin Impact came out, I haven't even really touched that at all. Oh, look, somebody's trying to join my game. So sorry about that. But I guess that's what just kind of happens. I just let that time out. I don't need to worry about them. Uh, yeah, it's going to take me a little while to get the Wii going, but I'm going to be messing around with the PlayStation 3 probably first and foremost, just to see if it works the way I want it to work. If I cannot get it to work, um, you know, I will be a bit upset and sad, but it is what it is, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. So, um, again, thanks a lot for watching. And if you have, like I said, if you have any questions or remarks or comments or suggestions for what I should play in the future, please comment. Until next time, thank you again, and hopefully you have a